Before the break, we saw the package on the sharp rise of cases of diagnosed autism. We're going to continue that discussion right now with Dr. Sherry Atkins. She is a clinical psychologist who works with families who are dealing with autism. She runs the Allies Family Solutions in Pocatello. Thank you so much for joining us here this afternoon. Let's go ahead and in that piece that Brian Moore did, he talked about the rising number of cases of autism being diagnosed. Are you seeing that in your practice?
Absolutely. There are a lot of organizations out there devoted to increasing autism awareness. April is Autism Awareness Month, with April 2nd being World Autism Awareness Day. And I would have to say within the last probably 2 to 4 years, a dramatic increase in the amount of assessments that I do for autism.
What would you attribute that to?
Well, I think, you know, what they said in the story, a lot of it has to do with we're just recognizing it a lot better.
And so getting education
and earlier too. That's one of the keys too, is earlier detection of it.
Okay. So if there's a parent at home and they're watching this, what are some of the things if they have, I mean, they were saying diagnosis as young as 18 months. Let's say they have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old. What are some of the things that might make them want to say, I need to further pursue this?
Sure. One of the things to look for, especially if we're looking earlier, the better. If your child is not responding to their name by age 12 months, that's a concern. By 14 months, there should be a pointing response where they're showing you things, pointing to pictures in a book. By 18 months, we've got really good pretend play happening with the kids. Other things to look for: eye contact, wanting to be alone. I'm also looking for things like changes in routine are very upsetting to children with autism. Oftentimes you'll see language delays. That's one of the biggest markers, is the language delays. You're going to see things like tiptoe walking, hand flapping, spinning and rocking.
Okay.
Can also be part of the disorder. And, you know, oftentimes there's just going to be that speech delay, and you don't know, why.
Okay, so if you're the parent of, let's say, a 3-year-old and maybe the language things are not progressing as they should, is it something that you should just immediately run out and get help? Should you give them maybe a couple weeks to a month, or does it hurt to have it checked out?
You know, if you have a complete lack of language development, I'm hoping that by age 2.5, you're already talking to your physician about that.
Okay.
It used to be parents would just wait till age 3, and a lot of clinicians were reluctant to give that diagnosis before age 3.
All right.
And
so if we have questions, if parents have questions about their children, can they call like your agency and maybe get some more information? Do you have a phone number that they could call?
Sure. Allies Family Solutions, 234-2094.
Okay.
Also, you can go to the Department of Health and Welfare Human Development Center. But the place really starts with the physician who makes the referral to a psychologist for an assessment.
All right,
so.
Dr. Atkins, thank you so much for joining us this evening.